welcome to my first virtual assembly. Here I am in the assembly hall. I've got my school uniform on, I'm ready to go. And so we're going to have a short assembly this morning on thoughtfulness. I want us to have a real think about how we can be more thoughtful and how we can help other people by our own actions and our things that we are doing ourselves. It's a very strange time at the moment, and I know it's unusual for you because you'll be sitting at home doing your schoolwork in your house, and here we are in school trying to make sure that you can get all the things that you would normally have when you're in school. One of those things is an assembly. So here we go. Let's think about some ways you can be thoughtful, perhaps. Perhaps you could ask how somebody else is feeling. Perhaps you could think about people other than yourself. Maybe you could help somebody if they're carrying lots of things, you could help them carry them. You can help people when they're busy. You can take time to listen to other people. You could do something before you're asked to do it. You can make sure you say please and thank you. Now all of these things remind me of somebody. This is exactly what your family are doing for you. This is exactly what your mum and dad are doing all the time. They are making sure that they're thinking about you and about your needs before they think of themselves. They're trying to make sure you've got all the things that you need. They're trying to anticipate what the issues are. They're trying to make sure that they are doing things before you ask them to do them. Because that's what they do. They are being thoughtful all the time. But there's another group of people that are doing this for you as well. Your teachers. The teachers are in school or at home at the moment trying really hard to make sure that all the things that you need are in place. They're doing lots of planning, they're doing lots of preparation, they're trying to communicate with you as much as they possibly can. They're trying to be as thoughtful as they can be. Now, kindness and consideration of being thoughtful of others is so important, even in normal times. But in these strange and challenging times, it's particularly important that we make sure that we're thinking about other people and we're trying to make sure that the whole community is being looked after and that we're doing the right thing for everybody. It will occasionally mean that we have to make some sacrifices. We're doing that as we speak at the moment. We're having to stay at home, we're having to make sure that we self-isolate and we stay away from other people. And that's difficult. Particularly if you're used to going out and playing sport or running in the park or going to meet your friends, these things have now become much harder to do. I know many of you will be using your virtual environment to be able to do that, and that's the kind of sacrifice we're going to have to make at the time being. This isn't being very thoughtful. I showed you this slide last week, and it still hasn't necessarily got very much better. We must think about other people, people who perhaps can't get to the shops all the time, so that we are leaving the right amount of food and produce for them to be able to use later on. There's plenty to go around. We don't need 500 loo rolls each. We just need the right amount for us and our own family. So, let's really think about how you can be thoughtful for the people in your household and for the wider community. You need to be kind. You need to be considerate. You need to think about what other people need and how you can help and support them. You need to make sure that you're doing the right things yourself. So when it's a school day, you're prepared for your lessons. You've got your learning space sorted out. You've got the resources you need. You're really trying to work at all the tasks and the lessons that the teachers have set for you. If you need help, you're getting help from the right areas. You're asking your teachers or you're asking at home. But you're really thinking about how you can play your part. And you're trying to do the best that you can in this quite difficult situation. Being kind and being thoughtful for other people has a huge impact. I'm going to show you a little film that illustrates that. those small acts of kindness that you do make a huge difference to everybody. Those little thoughtful things that you can make sure you're doing when you're helping one another, when you're working online, really those small things make a big difference. Really think about when you communicate with one another online, when you're sending messages to each other, think of the impact that those messages will have and make sure they are positive and kind messages that you're sending. When you're working with your parents, when you're working with your brothers or sisters, really make sure that you are being kind and you're really being thoughtful for one another. It's a little bit like the way geese fly. When you see geese fly off, they fly in these wonderful V formations. And they do that because the birds help each other keep flying. They make it easier for the people behind them, for the birds behind them to fly. And when the one at the front gets tired, it moves around and another one takes over. And it's about having everybody playing their part and helping each other, which makes a big difference. So please be thoughtful. Please make sure you're really thinking about how you are and what you're doing and what impact you're having on those around you. And really make sure you're caring for everybody who is there and all the people that are in your family and looking after you. And make sure you're doing your schoolwork and getting on with it as much as you can until the end of the week. And when we come to the end of this week, we'll be on our Easter holidays and we will go off and have a really good break at the end of that. So thank you everybody. Thank you so much for a really great start. We've had a fantastic first day, lots of challenges, but I know that a number of you have really met those head on and done a fantastic job. So keep it up, stay safe, stay inside when you need to, and make sure you listen to everybody that's there and be kind to people in your household and be thoughtful with everybody. Thank you.